This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, Mosgiel hosts the final leg of a national campaign that could save lives. We meet a couple of the graduating fashion students who've landed a starring role in next year's ID Dunedin fashion show. And an international activist shares her expertise in the field of animal rights. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. A campaign to raise awareness about breast cancer is helping to normalise self-care among women. The New Zealand Breast Cancer Foundation's Pink Caravan made its final stop in Mosgiel today after several months touring the country. And staff are pleased with what they're seeing in the community.
Looking for lumps. This hands-on display is part of a nationwide breast cancer awareness tour, which has made its way to Mosgiel. Locals are being encouraged to learn the signs and symptoms of breast cancer using prosthetic breasts. It's aimed at opening up informal dialogue between experts and the public.
So we're visiting rural New Zealand, and it's basically answering questions about anything to do with breasts, about breast awareness, about breast cancer treatment, screening programs, access to local facilities, support services in the local area as well.
Discussing breast care can be difficult for some women, so the caravan is designed as a place to do so in private. More than 200 women in Southland and Otago will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year. It's a statistic that staff say strengthens the case for opening up discussion.
Breast cancer is common, that's why we have a screening program, that's why we have organisations like the New Zealand Breast Cancer Foundation. You know, it's close to 1 in 9 women in their lifetime will get a breast cancer. Breast cancer incident increases with age.
Women over the age of 50 have the highest risk of developing breast cancer, but all women 20 years and older are encouraged to be aware of their breast health. Mosgiel was the last stop on a 32-town tour, and staff are feeling pleased with what they've accomplished.
It is actually a hard thing to measure as well, like any sort of health promotion. It's, you know, it's hard to measure how many people that you've spoken to, or even, you know, people seeing the van. It's enough to go, oh, I better organise that mammogram. So we actually haven't spoken to them, but sometimes just being here is enough.
As part of the campaign, locals are also being asked to sign a petition. It's urging the government to extend the free screening age by 5 years. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Navy vessel HMNZS Otago is en route to the Southern Ocean, having departed Dunedin this morning to monitor illegal fishing. The offshore patrol vessel was docked at Friart Street for 3 days before departing at 10 a.m. Its crew is tasked with helping to protect the Southern Ocean from illegal fishing. Officers will be checking compliance on licensed fishing vessels they encounter. They'll also be watching for any illegal, unreported or unregulated activity. New Zealand has been conducting maritime surveillance in the Southern Ocean since the late 1990s. The licensed fishing season in the Ross Sea region usually finishes around the start of February when agreed limits have been reached. A handful of local fashion students are being given the chance to show their collections to the world. So 6 graduating students from Otago Polytechnic have been selected to take part in the next ID Dunedin fashion show, and they're thrilled with the unique opportunities that come from studying in the city.
Kick-starting their careers. These third-year fashion design students at Otago Polytechnic are preparing to showcase their work at an internationally renowned event being held in Dunedin.
It's amazing. Ever since I started going to the show with my mum when I was a teenager, I just really was something that I really wanted to kind of get into. It was kind of a dream of mine, so it's just amazing. I'm so excited.
Charlie Gentz, one of 6 students within the graduating class, chosen to be a part of the next ID Dunedin fashion show at the railway station. Her collection is based on a black colour palette and the combining of different textiles. She says getting to be a part of such a large-scale fashion show is a rare treat.
It's an amazing opportunity, yeah. I don't think there's anywhere else in the country that gets an opportunity to be part of a big fashion show like that for free.
The Polytechnic's strong ties with local designers and ID means students get offers that others around the country don't. The 6 graduates were selected by anonymous judges sitting in the crowd at their end-of-year showcase last week. They're all grateful for the recognition and Dunedin's thriving fashion industry.
It's like got a really strong kind of fashion kind of appeal with a lot of designers that are based here that I really enjoy, like Mild Reed and kind of Nomdi and things like that, Company of Strangers. So I think, yeah, we're really lucky to have them here and kind of have the ID Fashion Week happening.
High-profile designers and international guests will be attending the ID show. It's something covered by media from around the world, giving local students a truly international platform. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Local school pupils are set to benefit from a fresh round of government funding through its Unlocking Curious Minds scheme. The University of Otago is getting nearly $60,000 to run 3 programs for teenagers and families. The digital office is receiving almost $19,000 to help students and poor families learn computing skills. And a further $20,000 is going to the Gasworks Museum to expand its STEM Learning Centre. That will enable youth to undertake hands-on digital learning with new engineering and technology tools. An international animal rights activist has been sharing her experience and expertise with locals. The American academic has taken part in this year's New Zealand Skeptics Conference, and she's been using one case in particular to attract attention.
It was the case that horrified the world when Cecil, the protected Zimbabwe lion, was purposely killed by a wealthy American trophy hunter. It sent a shockwave around the globe. One woman from the hunter's hometown in Minnesota has been in Dunedin speaking about the case and animal rights in general.
The imagery and the stories of Cecil that arose after that, showing his family, showing that he had a life that he left behind. It just, I think, struck people to a core that before they knew it was happening, but there wasn't this specific face to put to it.
She's been brought to the city by members of various local animal rights and activist groups. They're hoping her knowledge and experience resonates with and inspires residents.
It's always interesting to hear from someone. She's got an academic background plus a hands-on background, which is a really unique combination. I know activists and I know academics, but she's a two rolled into one. We're really excited to hear from her.
Dr. Sosha is a university lecturer and the force behind a couple of animal activist groups in the United States. She's been picking up on the challenges faced by her local counterparts in a country that prizes meat and dairy production.
It's like they know they have their work cut out, but I've met some just very dedicated people who I think are doing wonderful work.
Dr. Sosha's heading back to America, hoping she's left a lasting impression on Kiwis in support of animal rights around the world. Rosie Mannins, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we take a look at a proposal to offer free classes to new mothers, and a quilt that's almost a century old is to play a part in war commemorations.
Girls Talk this month is full of inspirational gift ideas. There's books, storage solutions and delicious treats. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page to be in to win some fantastic prizes from the show. Join us on Dunedin TV for Girls Talk.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Hedges are something we almost take for granted. A good hedge needs regular maintenance to look its best and to add value and character to your property. For all your hedge care needs, call the team at SGC Services on 0800 783 453.
Eveready mowers and chainsaws, Husqvarna outdoor power equipment for all the jobs, no matter what the size. Give Graham a call on 4552 555 or visit our new showroom at the roundabout end of Andersons Bay Road. We sell the best and service the rest.
Christie Glass Houses and Sheds, good to grow stuff in. The first choice for gardeners for over 100 years. Built to withstand extreme weather conditions and hard work. Full range of options available. Thomas Burns Street across the road from the railway station. Free call 0800 Allens.
Big Orange for all your movies, records, books and games, pre-loved needs, vinyl records, 45s and DVDs. A South Dunedin family-owned business for over 15 years. Check us out on Facebook. We're opposite Westpac on the sunny side of King Edward Street.
Congratulations, you're getting married. Hi, I'm James Morris, wedding celebrant, and it's my privilege and a pleasure to bring you the perfect ceremony for your perfect day. Don't wait or contemplate. Your consultation is free with no obligation. jamesmorris.co.nz.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
McClellan Refrigeration is your one-stop shop for heat pumps in Dunedin. We have a range of heating, air conditioning and refrigeration solutions. We also have 20 years experience. McClellan Refrigeration, call us on 477 0088.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Welcome back. The country's trade deficit has widened to $963 million. That's almost $100 million more than at this time last year. Exports have been falling more than imports, but both are lower overall. The dairy downturn is largely responsible for the drop, with milk powder, butter and cheese exports falling by just over $200 million. China has become the top annual export destination for New Zealand, nudging out Australia. China is also New Zealand's #1 source of imports. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 19 points, it's now at 6,088. The FTSE is up 60 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is up against all the currencies we follow. The Southern District Health Board is negotiating with Plunket to run free pregnancy and parenting education. The service will focus on pregnant women, especially first-time mothers. And Sandra Boardman of the Health Board is here to tell us more. Good evening.
Hello.
What kind of education are you planning?
So this is part of our ensuring fair access to services for everybody. So as you said, this is around first-time mums, and it provides information around pregnancy, so what to expect during pregnancy, how to look after yourself, how to keep well, what the prospective father can do. It talks about labour, so what to expect during labour, the different stages of labour, what dads and your support partner can do, what the complications might be and how those are managed, and then the first few weeks after birth. So, you know, what it's like to be a parent, how to make sure that you've got your child sleeping safely, immunisation, registering with your GP, all the things that you need to know as a first-time parent that you know, you don't really know you need to know them until you've got a baby. So it's good.
How will the service be run?
So the service will be run by Plunket, and they'll have a single source of access to information, so people will be able to book sessions using text or telephone or through Plunket's Facebook page.
Will it be any different to support that's already available?
It's different to the support that we've had in the past. So in the past we've had 9 providers of these services, and the service has been quite fragmented, which is why I say it's really about fair access, this, and also a different way of delivering things. So Plunket were able to offer quite a lot of technology that we've not had in the past, and that includes developing online resources that can be accessed by people that live in really remote locations.
What makes this collaboration special?
It's special because of the technology, and it's special, of course, because of Plunkett's particular relationship starting in this area.
What are some of the challenges that pregnant women and mothers need to address?
I think the challenges for pregnant women and mums are their busy lives, how you manage to fit this kind of thing in around your busy life, and also the overwhelming amount of information that's available in this day and age, particularly on the internet. How do you know what to trust? How do you know what's reliable information? So the idea is that this will be one source of really good, reliable information that everybody will be getting right across our district.
Will there be any cost for this service?
No, this service is free. We're aiming it particularly at first-time mums and those priority groups. And the priority groups for us are young mums, so teenage mums. They're also Maori, Pacific and Asian mums as well.
When do you expect this service to begin?
The 1st of April 2016.
Which is not too far off
No.
now. Does implementing this course or this service with Plunkett mean less funding for other providers?
We went out to tender for this service and we tendered the money that we've used for the 9 previous providers, so those other providers won't get any funding. So all of our funding will go through Plunkett for this.
From the Southern District Health Board, Sandra Boardman, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, a quilt dating back to World War I is returned home, and we find out whether or not the fate of our historic courthouse will be known before Christmas.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
They've got all, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's very important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the good oil is all about.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices is just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, you're guaranteed a treat.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Girls Talk this month is full of inspirational gift ideas. There's books, storage solutions and delicious treats. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page to be in to win some fantastic prizes from the show. Join us on Dunedin TV for Girls Talk.
Welcome back. 30 pairs of shoes have been stolen from inside a locked car parked in Leith Street. The theft occurred on Tuesday night. Police say entry to the vehicle was gained by someone smashing the car's right quarter light. Christmas decorations were also stolen from the vehicle. Police are reminding residents to take care, as there's been a string of similar thefts recently. Officers are still investigating this latest case and are urging locals not to leave valuables inside vehicles. A quilt made in Dunedin almost 100 years ago has been returned to the city after a lifetime in Britain. The signature quilt was sent to the United Kingdom during World War I as a token of support for injured New Zealand troops. Now it's set to feature in war centenary commemorations.
An important piece of Dunedin history is finally home. This World War I signature quilt is back where it was made after spending the past 100 years in England. Staff at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum are celebrating the timely return.
I think that it's a wonderful thing in the centennial of the year in which it was made and sent overseas, that it's sort of completed a journey back, because it could have just been biffed out and its significance lost in England, where it would be kind of less meaningful. But having come back to the city where it was created, it reminds us of the patriotic effort that was so widespread and so enthusiastically supported in 1915.
The quilt belonged to the family of 89-year-old Stella Bessel, who contacted Mayor Dave Cull in the hope of seeing it returned to Dunedin. A Toitu worker picked it up from Bristol last month. It's emblazoned with the names and addresses of Dunedin residents, and the Mayor is expecting that historic element to strike a chord with locals.
There will be people in the city who are descendants of the people who generously contributed this in the first place, and now, after 100 years, it's come back. And I foresee that there'll be all sorts of connections made over the next wee while as it's publicised.
Toitu staff are marking the centenary of World War I throughout 4 years of commemorations, staging several exhibitions. Brosnahan says the newly acquired quilt strengthens the museum's collection, but finding a place for it may prove difficult.
This particular item is too big to fit in the cases that are in the military history section, so I'll probably use it elsewhere in the museum. But we have exhibited a couple of our signature quilts from the existing ones that we have as part of our war commemorations, and we will probably use this at some point over the next few years too.
He says it's not common for things to be repatriated from Britain, and he's pleased the quilt has bucked the trend. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
As Parliament is winding up for the year, locals are hoping Cabinet considers the Dunedin courthouse case before Christmas. Otago Daily Times reporter Craig Borley has been investigating the bid to have the historic courthouse earthquake strengthened and reopened, and he joins us to discuss the latest. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, there's just been a secret meeting in Dunedin about this courthouse. Can you tell us what happened?
It was last week. Police Minister Michael Woodhouse, who is a Dunedin resident, he's gotten together with, he's organised a meeting with some engineers representing the Ministry of Justice, pulled them together with some engineers representing Dunedin, and they've had a meeting to discuss some of the engineering requirements of the strengthening.
What does Michael Woodhouse say about this?
Well, first of all, he's made very, very sure that it is confidential. They've signed watertight confidentiality clauses. He doesn't want to get in the way. He's in a difficult situation, being that he's local. He's trying to support the Dunedin people who want the courthouse saved, but he's also Amy Adams, Justice Minister. He's obviously a colleague. So he's saying he wants to support it, but he has to see both sides.
Why is it so secret?
It's a really, really good question. It's really hard to answer. We don't know. Local engineers think the $15 million price tag is ridiculous. They think it's 3-4 times too high. The reason why it's secret, I presume, is because they don't want that to be scrutinised.
What's the chance of Cabinet considering the situation before Christmas?
They've said they will. There's been a lot of postcards sent into Amy Adams, about 5,000 of them. The replies have indicated that that will happen, and the final Cabinet meeting is December 7. There are only 2 cabinets left. They've said it will happen before Christmas, so that's within the next 2 weeks.
What is the biggest problem from the government's point of view?
Well, Again, it's incredibly hard to say without the details. It is a big building, it requires constant maintenance and upkeep. Having said that, it feels like it would be a lot cheaper to just do it rather than rent other facilities, so it's really hard to say.
Do we know how much has been spent on the temporary courthouse?
Well, we know, I think the budget was $6.8 million and that's just for the fit out of the temporary facilities. There's also about a $600,000 a year rent, lease fees for all of those facilities. So a huge amount of money.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, watch this space. Otago Daily Times reporter Craig Borley, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Mosgiel women have been learning about checking for the signs and symptoms of breast cancer with a national campaign visiting town. A handful of local fashion students are being given an opportunity to showcase their work to a global audience at next year's ID. And an American animal rights activist has been sharing her knowledge and expertise with locals, focusing on some of this year's worst cases. It's time now to find out what's happening in Friday's Otago Daily Times, and Barry's back. Excellent to see you. Thank you for visiting.
Unusual. No, my pleasure. Dunedin City Council has denied its liable for private property damage after the South Dunedin floods. A report on that was out today, so we have a look at that. And the fate of Mosgiel's proposed pool hangs in the balance. So again, another report that's due to be discussed by Council on Monday. So big Council meeting on Monday. A hot dog was rescued from a car by firefighters in Dunedin today, and the SPCA, which should give you a clue about hot dogs, it's not one you eat, says leave your dogs at home, which is good advice. Dunedin company Scott Technology has been taken over by global food giant JBS, and research says fear of missing out is driving students to drink.
Ooh, what's happening in sport tomorrow?
Sport, good question. Well, of course the cricket's starting tomorrow, the day-night test match, the first of its kind in Adelaide, so we're gearing up for that, and we talk about that. And also we have a feature in our sports lift out about the evolution of cricket, from helmets to ping balls.
Excellent, thank you. That's tomorrow's ODT. And it's time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
And here is today's city view. It's taken of a walking track at Woodhall Gardens. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 23 degrees for the central city, 25 for both the Gardens and the Tyree. To the situation, and an active cold front will move over New Zealand tomorrow. It's followed by a cooler southwesterly flow. To the forecast for some of the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow. Westerlies and showers for Invercar, Gilgore and Te Anau, 14 degrees apiece. Gusty westerlies in Alexandra, a bit of cloud around there with a high of 16. Gusty westerlies with the risk of showers for Queenstown and Wanaka. Rain clearing in Oamaru with southwest winds there. And gusty westerlies for Twizel with rain clearing, 16 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, strong to gale force northerlies will ease. Well, they haven't really picked up, have they, yet? A period of rain will develop. Tonight's low 14. Tomorrow, rain clearing in the morning with west to southwest winds, and a few showers are possible in the afternoon, 16 degrees. And on Saturday, sunny periods with west to southwest winds and 15 degrees. To the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow afternoon is at 12:15. And fishing conditions are still a write-off. Don't do it. That's local news for Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.